just a bachelor. I'm looking for a partner, someone who knows how to ride without even falling off. Gotta be compatible, takes me to my limits. Girl, when I break you off, I promise that you won't wanna get off. It would be well earned. We were made in His image, then call us by our names. Most intellects will not believe in God, but they fear us just the same. Oh no, 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 my life keeps moving like a rolling stone. Oh no, no, no. Oh, back to the break. No, no, my side keeps moving like a rolling stone. No, 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 baby, I'ma sing my song. I was born on the water with $3 and 6 dimes. Yeah, you may laugh, 'cause you did not do your math. Like 1, 2, 3. Damn, y'all feel that? Like 1, 2, 3, the earth keeps turning.
On a Sunday afternoon, you were there, so was I. In the park 4th of July, I was chilling with my Kool-Aid when Miss Chili came to relay that you had a thing for me, finest thing you ever seen. I must admit to you, I've heard them once a time or two. A coffee, some real parent wisdom, monkey legs and now it's season. Lights on, I guess the groove is on. So I am digging the scene, digging on you, digging on me. Baby, baby, ooh, baby, baby, it's on like that, it's on like that. I gotta be in love with something like that. I'm digging the scene, digging on you, digging on me. Baby, baby, ooh, baby, baby, it's on like that, it's on like that.
To all the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical tissues in your bushes. Who rock grooves and make moves with all the mommies. The back of the club, sipping Moet is where you find me. The back of the club, macking whore, my crew's behind me. Mad question asking, but passing, music lasting. But I just can't quit because one of these honeys Biggie got to creep with, sleep with, keep the ep a secret. Why not? Why blow up my spot? Cause we both got hot. Now check it. I got more Mac than Craig and in the bed. Believe me, sweetie, I got enough to feed the needy. No need to be greedy. I got mad friends with Benzes, see notes by the layers. Shooter life players. Jump in the Rover and come over. Tell your friends jump in the GS3. I got taken out by the truth. Throw your hands in the air if you's a true player. I love it when you call me Big Papa. To the honeys getting money, playing fellas like dummies. I love it when you call me Big Papa. You got a gun up in your waist, please don't shoot up the place. Cause I see some ladies tonight that should be having my baby.
Passion, instant, sweat beats, feel me. Cupid, shot me. My heart beats racing. Tempt me, try me. Feel so exciting. Thought of highly. It's yours entirely. I'll be more than a lover, more than a woman, more than a lover. I'll be more than a lover, more than a woman, more than a lover. I'll be more than a lover, more than a woman, I'll be more.
my man, but I chose to let him go. So why do you act like I still care about him? Looking at me like I'm hurt, when I'm the one who said I didn't want it to work. Don't you forget I had him first.
What you think? Stop blaming me.
He wasn't man enough for me.
You don't know, now here's your chance.
I've already had your man.
You wonder just where he's been,
and I'll be worried about him next.
Every time you know the truth,
I think he's just a man for you.
To me, what would you say to have your way? Would you give up or try again? If I hesitate to let you in, now would you be yourself or play a role? Tell all the boys or keep it low. If I say no, would you turn away or play me off, or would you stay? Oh, don't succeed. Dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again, try again. Cause if at first you don't succeed, you can dust it off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again, try again.
Love is a guy that thinks he's flying dip, also known as a buster. Always talking about what he wants and just sits on his roof. No, I don't want your number, no. I'll give you mine and no, I don't wanna meet you nowhere, no. Don't want none of your time and no, I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. A scrub is a guy that can't get no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me.
Boy, I'ma make you love me, make you want me, and I'ma give you some attention tonight. You follow my intuitions, what you wishin'. See, I'ma keep you up all night for a long time. So start counting away. Wake me up, show me what you got, cause I don't want no 1 minute man. Wake me up, show me what you got, cause I don't want no 1 minute man. Wake me up, show me what you got, cause I don't want no 1 minute man. Wake me up, show me what you got, cause I don't want no.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage off instinct. Just don't think. Stink pink gators. My Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. That's dead right. If the head right, Biggie there every night. Papa been smooth since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise, who? Do something to us. Talk, go through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us. Screw us, who us? Yeah, Papa and Pump. Close like Starsky and Hutch. Stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze 3 at your cherry M3. Bang every MC easily. Recently, frontin' ain't saying nothing, so I just speak my peace. Keep my peace. Cubans with the Jesus peace. With my peace. Packing, asking who want it. You got it, flaunt it. That Brooklyn bull, we on it.
Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so mean. Biggie, 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 can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me.
I like your little sexy style. Love it when you're getting wild. Girl in the club with me.
Come over here, let me talk to you for a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something.
Girl, you need to be in magazines with a crown on your head, cause you's a ghetto queen, like bling, bling, bling.
Come on, you fine, girl.
The way you're shaking that sexy body shaped like an hourglass. Can we spend some time? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it, y'all.
I wanna get you to myself, you, me, and nobody else, and do the things we do.
Hello.
Maybe there is something that I need from you.
Come on, baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bum, bum, bum.
That is all I wanna see. Baby, show me.
Come on, baby, turn around and let me see that sexy body go bum, bum, bum.
The way you throw that thing in me, I can take it.
Oh, you gotta play J-Lo out. Sorry.
When you rolled up in the Escalade, saw the W game to the ballet, knew that it was good when you looked at me, pulling up your sleeve so I could see the roly blade. So you later in the corner booth, raising up a toast so I would notice you, but you're hard to miss. Think you ought to know, doesn't matter if you're balling out of control. Serious that you treat me right, give me all the things I need. That money can't buy it. You gotta keep me as you don't think I'm gonna spend your cash out. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing. Think I wanna drive your Benz, I don't think I wanna cause I got my own. Even if you were broke, my love don't cost a thing.
Do you have a story? Do you have a story time? Do you have a story that you want to tell? Do you have a story you want to tell?
Like this
Say, but you have a story you want to tell?
to show me your love. Not like this before.
Now that we have come to be a brand new life, I can see. Never thought you'd be a special.
Good evening, folks who can hear my voice. Welcome to Crown Confidential. Angie, we have the money for the horns, sis. Like, really, you gonna go hard like that?
Listen. The horns. People don't want to hear the horns. They want to hear me.
That's why you my friend. How you doing this evening?
I'm great. How you guys doing?
We're good. We're good. We got some of your people in the house. Actually, I'm outnumbered
I
here.
know.
I am outnumbered here. This is like hashtag the Haitian experience, hashtag Sapase, hashtag property. Like, I'm outnumbered here. Like, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited. So I just want to go around the room, right? I really want to go around the room and just introduce yourself. Who are you? And what do you do, right? Because we're going to have a really great time. So DJ Sable, what's good?
Hi, this is DJ Sable. You know who it is. I'm here with my girls. I'm so happy to be here every Monday. I'm so honored to be supporting Crown Confidential. I love what you guys are doing here. And yeah, we're just going to have fun tonight.
Wait, DJ Sable is acting up. Let me tell y'all about DJ Sable. I just got into it. So can we? I want to.
I see you on the ground.
She is. She's mad shy. So I'm gonna give DJ Sable story time now. Before I introduce him. So I go to an event, right? And as many of you know, I'm a plus size queen. So you can't really miss me, right? So I come in with all my armor, all my titties out, doing my whole thing. And I'm looking, and I see DJ Sable to my left, and she's dancing, she's having a good time. She ain't paying attention to nobody, right? And so this tall gentleman got in front of her, and DJ Sable was like dancing and rocking, and they were recording. She truly tapped this gentleman, this tall chocolate gentleman, and said, "Can you get behind me, please? And now, like, can you move behind me?" And I never seen somebody slide to the left. He slid behind her, and she just got real gangster on it with her little. And you know what's crazy is that right after she did that, I don't know if she noticed, but she truly did like the dread flip because she got dread. She was like, wow. I was like, and then I'm outside, and you didn't see me leave, but there was a guy outside, and he was handsome. Yes. Fine. And I was eyeing him, and I was like, look at this little youngin right here. And DJ Sable went to walk out. He's like, hey, excuse me, what's your name? She's like, I'm DJ Sable. And he was like, okay. And he was like, okay. He was like, well, where you going? She said, I'm going back to the Bronx. She's laughing like that because it's true, right? Yeah, and I'm sitting there and I'm laughing and I'm like, okay. And he was like, all right, have a good night. She was like, yeah, He was like, kind of like, can I take you? And she was like, well, if you coming to the Bronx, And then truly, like, right after that, she went up the stairs, bang, 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 walked right by me again, I was sitting there, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to call her, I'm going to give her a round of applause, like, that's how you curve them.
I was trying to get my buzz.
Yeah, sis, and your pride, because you done did another hair flip and walk right out on him.
Sorry to that man.
Yeah, for real. And he was looking at your whole body. He was like, the one that got away. And in my mind, I was like, damn, where's the confetti at? Like, where the horns? Like, yeah. Like, you truly and in my mind, I had a proud mama moment. I was like, I'm so glad I teach women respect, and then like that's the proper way to curve a dude. And then, look, but it's funny because it's true, right? Yes. So yeah, shout out to DJ Sable. She talks like this, but she don't act like it. Because when she was like, I'm from the Bronx, I was like, I didn't even know this was okay. I see you, Sable. Like, you got it covered. And I texted her, you got home okay? But since she from the Bronx, I'm clear. Like, ain't nobody messing with her. So we love you out here, sis. You out here doing your thing. Like, congrats.
Sorry once again to this man.
Don't be sorry. He probably want to have kids with you now. He in love with you. He sending you letters. So she got a Cash App. Right? They get the Cash App. I love that when they like send me a picture. I send them a picture of the Cash App. I'm like, there you go. You want to see a picture? A picture of it. Yeah, Cash App or the Venmo. They be like, send me a picture, Ma. I want to see more pictures. Okay, Cash App, and then you see me there with my fingers below. So for the rest of my guests, like, introduce yourselves, your names, what you do. Who's up?
I'll go. I'm Chef Sybil. I'm a Haitian American chef and children's book author from Long Island, New York. Strong Island.
Yeah.
And my sister.
Yeah. I specialize in Haitian cuisine and Caribbean cuisine, but mainly like progressive, newer ways of kind of cooking the food of our ancestors, of our family members, kind of doing it with a cultural and a global influence.
Yep.
Yeah.
And also from what I read here, we were looking at the different signs, right? And what their job descriptions are. And here it says that you're great at promising more than I could deliver and calming people down. Oh, and I love this one, offending people with my existence. So
I don't know who I am.
Angie, it's true though. It's true from what I heard.
Yeah, look, the Sagittarius is bad. Read the email address. The email address had me dying.
Oh yeah, for the email address, yeah, 1-800. Their phone number is 1-800 always right, and then their email address is doing my thing.
Doing my thing.
Yep. So all those Sages out there, y'all are just.
That's my Tinder, my Bumble, my
right.
doing my thing.
Doing my thing. I like that. Mm-hmm. And also, you have some other representation here. You are also Angie's confidant.
That's my sister.
That's what I was waiting for. I couldn't say it. Yeah.
Yep. Angie was fortunate enough to be blessed with me. Her little sister.
Y'all Sages are the most, yo. Little sister Sages, yo, Angie, you know what we need? Son, we need a support group. For anybody who's the older sister of a Sag, I will have a free support group for y'all. I will provide the wine. Y'all are on Angie, that's why me and her are best friends.
Don't invite us because we're not showing up.
Nah.
We say we're going to be there, but we don't show up.
We'll be like 20 minutes away.
Facts, dude.
2 days ago.
Like, what happened? Oh, I got lost and went back home.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so if anyone wants a Sagittarius support group, we're going to be offering that in February. It'll be free somewhere. Everybody bring their own stuff, not their little sisters, and also bring in the baggage so we can discuss. Vanessa.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vanessa, and I'm a registered dietitian.
Sister, you better talk up that degree.
Yeah. Yes. So I have a master's in nutrition.
Thank you. Just graduated. Where the horn?
I just graduated. Thank you. I finished my internship, a year-long internship in dietetics, over 1,400 hours. took my exam, I passed, and now I'm working for a company. It's in its beginning stages, a startup company where I'm doing recipe development for them and strategic planning. And also I own a smoothie company called Life Blend. We make delicious smoothies, but we help men and women to transform their lives. It's really about doing transformational change. So that's who I am. I represent Queens, living in Brooklyn at the moment, only child. What else do you guys need to know about me?
You gotta hit him with an owl. Just hit him with
All right, so let's get into story time. So Vanessa doesn't have a story time, so I'll tell one on her behalf. Then I'll kick it to Angie. So story time, yeah. So when we first met Vanessa did not speak like that. Vanessa was very prim and proper, on time to everything. You know that
Still
type
on
of person.
time.
Still on time, yeah. And we would like celebrate. Hey, There Beautiful would celebrate, and she's part of the board. So when we would celebrate, we would say something like, "Ow, ow," and she couldn't do it. So it was like, "Ow, ow, oh, ow, ooh, ee, oh," and I'm like, "Are you repeating the vowels?" Like it was like, "eh, ee," but it was never like, "Ew," right? So we were like, yeah, it was never that. So we had to like help her practice. So that's like a 3-year, 4-year in the making. Ew. So finally we hung out with her one day. We're like, "Go ahead, Vanessa, do it." And she was like, "Ew." We're like, "Yeah." It's kind of like it takes a while to get that out, right? Yeah. So that's the next one. So Ann I'm feeling it. Yeah. Ange, what's your story time? I know you got something good for me out there.
No, I don't got a story time today. My week's been easy. My agents have been behaving.
So when your agents misbehave, that's
like the other day I wasn't feeling well, and they were like, "All right, do your work and don't bother Angie." I was like, "You know what? That's why I love you guys. You know the deal. Leave me alone." And they sure enough left me alone that day.
Nice. So I got a story time for today. Y'all ready for story time? So I have the privilege of working in a great school in Brooklyn. When I talk about a great school, it's like in the middle of the hood, exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I love every minute of it. So I went to go pick up my class in the lunchroom, and the school is divvied up into an elementary school, middle school, and a high school. So the little kids are having lunch, the babies, the elementary school, they're having lunch, and then I have to walk through one side of the lunchroom to get to the other side where the middle school kids are having lunch. So I walk down and I'm waving to the kids, and typically, like, youngsters, they love you. They love seeing new people. "Oh, you're new and you're not my teacher. Hi, right? So I went to go get my girls. They weren't ready. I'm leaving, right? So as I walk by, I said hi to a bunch of girls. "Hi, beauties. Hi, beautiful," whatever. And one of them has a full orange in her mouth. The orange hits her ear to ear. It's just a full orange, and she's just looking at me. And she gave me the stare of death as I left. And I'm like, "Okay, well, bye to you too. Like, I guess your orange is important." So I come back. My girls are now ready to transport them to class. And I'm leaving, and they're not, and I'm thinking that they're ready. They're not ready again. I'm leaving. And she looks at me. She rips the orange out of her mouth and goes, "Don't touch me." And I was like, "Okay." And she was like, "No, but just don't touch me. I don't like being touched." I'm like, "I'm not going to touch you." She was like, "Okay." Mind you, she's real gangster with her orange in her eyebrows and her nose, on her lips, all of that. Like, she was really, really, like, about, like, "Don't touch me." So I left. Then I go back. I finally get my girls, and she looks at me, and she's like, hands up, like, just like this. And she's like, "Remember what I said?" I was like, oh! Like, I got beef with third graders now. Like, yo, she's mad small. She looked me right in my... Yo, she checked me like I owe her money. She looked right in my eyes. I was like, "Remember what I said?" Cease. I was like, huh? And in my mind, I was like, "I want to babysit you. Like, you're me. Are you a Pisces too, or you a Sag? You wanted it to."
That sounded like some Sag.
That's some big Sag, right?
That's some Sag. I mean, that's some Pisces shit.
Don't touch me. But you know what? I'm gonna find out about her, because they sit in the same place every day. And then the custodian was like, "What happened? You came in here with a smile." I said, I think I just got threatened by a third grader. I gotta process this. Like, these kids are wow. Super excited to be here with you guys today. DJ Sable, let's get into a short mix, and then we're gonna hit you guys with the current events. That was really exciting, right? Yeah. Okay. So DJ Sable's been killing it. If you're not listening to his mixes, you don't know what you're missing. I was sitting here, and then when she played J-Lo, because you know what? Not for nothing. Everybody be hating on J-Lo. Everybody. Let me tell you something. She is worth. I forgot what she's worth. I think that she's worth more than Beyonce actually. And she's like I think she's worth. We need a fact checker. We need a fact checker. Worth Nah. Kim. So J-Lo's net worth is $400 million. That's her estimated net worth, right? Yeah. And the thing, $400 million, right? And my thing is like, we always hating on her, and I hated her for a long time. But I hated her because I wanted to be her. Let's not get it twisted. So when you played some J-Lo, I was in here, my feelings like, oh my God, somebody else gets it. Like, yes, we get to play homage to the queen. So go ahead, DJ Sable, play your mix. We will be live back Crown Confidential very shortly, so stay tuned. We got some dope current events. We have some interviews coming up. We have a lot for you guys, so definitely stay tuned. And you don't want to miss the stories, the laughter, and the banter on Crown Confidential.
Who's hot, who not? Tell me who rock, who sell out in the stores. You tell me who flop, who cop the blue drop, who jewels got pops, who's mostly Dolce down to the blue top. The same old pimp, Mace, you know ain't nothing changed but my limp. Can't stop till I see my name on the blimp. Guarantee a million shells, pull a level up. You don't believe in Harlem World, nigga, double up. We don't play around, it's a bet, lay it down. Niggas didn't know me 91, bet they know me now. I'm the young Harlem nigga with the Goldie sound. Can't no PD, niggas hold me down. Cooler, school me to the game, now I know my duty. Stay humble, stay low, blow like Hootie. True pimp, niggas spin no dough on the booty. When you yell, there go Mace, there go your cutie.
Yeah, Spider-Man and freezing, full effect.
You ready, Ron?
I'm ready.
You ready, Dale?
I'm ready, Slick. Are you?
Oh yeah, take it down.
Girl, I must warn you. I sense something strange in my mind. Yo, situation is serious. Let's cure it 'cause we're running out of time. It's all so beautiful. Relationships, they seem from the start. It's all so when love is not together from the heart. Check it out. It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find
might be the type if I play my cards right. I'll find out by the end of the night.
You expect me to just let you hit it, but will you still respect me if you get it?
All I can do is try, give me one chance. What's the problem? I don't see the ring on your hand. I'll be the first to admit it. I'm curious about you. You seem so innocent.
You wanna get in my world, get lost in it. Boy, I'm tired of running, let's walk for a minute.
Promiscuous girl, whatever you are, I'm all alone, and it's you that I want.
Promiscuous boy, you already know that I'm all yours. What you waiting for?
Promiscuous girl, you teasing me. You know what I want, and I got what you need.
Promiscuous boy, let's get to the point, 'cause we on the road. You ready? Roses are red, some diamonds are blue. Chivalry is dead, but you're still kinda cute.
Hey, I can't keep my mind off you. Where you at? Do you mind if I come through?
I'm out of this world, come with me to my planet. Get you on my level, you think that you can handle it?
They call me Tom, last name Crown.
Baby boy, you lose my breath. Give me no, you lose my breath. Me hard, you lose my. Can you keep up? Baby boy, you lose my breath. Give me no, you lose my breath. Me hard, you lose my breath. Ooh, I put it right there, made it easy for you to get to. Now you wanna act like you don't know what to do. After I done done everything that you asked me, tried you, so fast, baby, now I can't find you. Ooh, I'm starting to believe that I'm way too much for you. All that talk, but it seems like it can't come through. All the nights that you could satisfy me, now I see what believing you got me. You don't really what you think. Hey, the way we get loose, we move our shoulders forward, head back, get it in control like Janet Jack. Get it on the floor, let them know what's happening. How I know you better ask somebody. Hopping on my crosses, butt touch body. Y'all don't really want it with the young hot toddler with a flow so spec like tech. A lot of it's so sick, how the clock go tick. Keep giving y'all hits like tech for tick. It's the reason why I spit it how I spit it. When I spit it's like mucus, gotta get rid of it. These chicks don't pop like me. I'm compatible, girl, no comparing me. And ain't none of y'all scaring me. Like, don't you wish a girl was as bad as me? Yeah, with a flow so sick like twisters, so sweet, but could be cold like a mistake. Instincts come so smooth like what is it? BKH dub R's like the
Try to
what is
get
it?
loose, baby, do what you do. Let me see you let down your head. Try to get loose, hit the dance floor and act like it's nobody else in her. Try to get loose, well, baby, don't tell me to do your thing. Try to get loose.
It's a jazzy fizzle. The princess is here. Sierra.
This beat is
Automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh. With my body so melodic, this beat goes right through my chest. Everybody, Martin, Poppy came to party. Grab somebody, work your body. Let me see you 1, 2, step. Rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor. Bring the party up, we about to get it on. Let me see you 1, 2, step. I love it. 1, 2, step. Everybody, 1, 2, step.
Angie, you on, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, mama. Welcome back, guys, to Crown Confidential. First of all, DJ Sable got me over here all in my feelings. Like, I'm remembering the crushes I had back in 96. I'm remembering letters I wrote. I want to stomp the yard just because. Like, you got me out here all in my feelings. You play hat to the back. I'm like, listen. Like, you opened up all the memories for me. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And not for nothing, like, your like May 2nd, please save the date. Oh, yes, May 2nd, please save the date, folks. We're going to keep talking about May 2nd. Please save the date. Everybody, mommies, aunties, cousins, all of that good stuff. We have a really big conference coming up. Save the date, May 2nd. You absolutely want to be in the building. You have no idea the fireworks that I'm going to be pulling out of different places. Pause. But we are having an all-day women's conference. It's going to be in Queens. There's going to be a free breakfast buffet. And I'm not talking about, you know how they do free breakfast buffet and you get like bagels and danishes? No. I'm talking about hot food. Yeah, like real sausage, pause, right? Bacon, like all that great stuff. Shout out to our partners, which I will mention at a later time, right? Definitely. And we will also have a hot buffet lunch. In addition, we're gonna have some really great performers. I know that Dirk is gonna be in the building that day. I'm hoping Dirk is gonna be in that building that day. I'm definitely gonna enroll DJ Sable. Right? Exactly. And so yeah, May 2nd, definitely it's gonna be an all-day event, 8 to 4. There are going to be 2 workshops, 2 panels. We're gonna have 8 performances, and it's free 99. Free 99, and it's going to be hot, sister. I'm gonna have some celebrity people on these panels. You don't want to miss it. I'm buying a new bra and a new girdle for the event. You must be in the building. I'll have a berm, yeah. I'll have a new shape. I'll definitely have a nice little shape. So definitely you want to be in the building. If it's a new bra and a new girdle day, you know what it is. Hashtag plus size life. Hashtag y'all don't get it. It's like Armour. Like I'm in it now, and I'm like, I'm breathing in a different direction. Like my fat is to the left, but my breathing is to my right. Hi, Angie. So we got the current events. So hit us with our first story.
So first, let's talk about this presidential race we got here. The Democrats have 11 candidates, and one of those candidates has bowed out. Cory Booker has tipped his hat in and bowed out of the race. He said that, he just doesn't have the funds to take it to the next level. And besides the next presidential debate, he won't be there because he's going to be busy working on the impeachment. So he's going to be quite busy with doing what he needs to do. So he has pulled himself out of the race.
This saddens me, not only because Cory Booker is like, he would have been the next sexiest president after Barack, because let me tell you something. Cory Booker, that would have been my fantasy to marry. Like, what? You got good credit and you got a bald head. Let's make this work, sir. Right? But what I love about him is that he took a real big stand for, like, he was sleeping in Newark. Like, he was actually sleeping in the projects in Newark. He actually, like, when he was mayor, he was, like, I think his apartment was like $300 and it was like roach infested, just to prove a point. Like, he was not, like, he's with the people. And so what I loved about him is just his tenacity. And it's just sad. It just saddens me because there's so many black billionaires that could have sponsored him. Like, we could have really went, like, he would have been the young Barack. Not only that, he had a lot to offer, and he's from like the New York City area. Like, that's what I wanted. I wanted somebody with swag to be in the White House. Like, I wanted him to like come in with a suit but Tim's on the feet, like, and his Metro car, like, yo, I'm here, you're like, all of that, right? Like, no, I'm not doing it again. I cannot. Wait, you're guys don't. I'm trying to get my points here, but yeah, I really enjoyed him just as a human being, and I'm just sad that he bowed out. Like, I mean, it is what it is.
I like his he didn't hold back, and I like that about him. So best of luck to him. Hopefully, maybe next time.
We love you, Cory. Come on the show and drink some stuff for us and get us some sponsors.
Yeah, facts. So next is definitely a feel-good story. Serena Williams is back in the news. She's back playing. And she won her first win since having her daughter at the ASBA Classics in Auckland, New Zealand. She defeated a fellow American, and she said it feels very good. It's been a long time, and I think you should see the relief on my face. It's pretty satisfying just to get a win in the finals. This was very important to me, and I just wanted to build on it. It was a step forward to the next goal. So she is donating all her proceeds and her prize money to the Australian relief effort to battle the bushfires. So definitely congratulations to her, and I think she's definitely doing a really good job. And it's about $43,000 that she won.
I love her. Shout out to the mothers who are still pursuing their dreams after giving birth to their dream. Like, shout out to the mothers, because I heard, like, I have not had any children. I've had the pleasure of babysitting and returning kids, and I just want to, like, it's a lot to, like, have a child and then get your body back into the shape that it was in, like, that conditioning, waking up in the morning knowing that you want to be with your child, but still you're out there living the dream. So shout out to Serena. Drake must be all in his feelings about this. But you know what? I'm happy for her because she found her happiness. She's out there doing the damn thing. And she's smacking bitches with tennis rackets. So go ahead, sis. Like, shout out to you. I can't wait to have you on my show because I know I'm going to have you on my show one day and we're going to be able to crack jokes. But I love, for me, she embodies sport. Like if you see the word sport, like she embodies it, you know? And I just love her. And she also brings a lot of joy to young black girls. You know, she gets to be spotlighted a lot more than what she is. Because it's like, oh, it's Serena. Nah, it's Serena Effin Williams. So she's awesome. So congratulations to her. I'm really excited for her. She's really out there killing the game.
Yep. So this is a very interesting story I got for y'all next. So Japanese billionaire, I'm sorry if I mess up his name, but his name is Yasuko Maezawa, is trying to fill his followers' pockets with money in what he calls an experiment. So he's pledging more than $9 million randomly to select Twitter followers who retweet one of his posts in effort to see if money will make them happy. So there are stipulations, though. You have to be in Japan. So he's giving it to 1,000 of his followers. They get $9,000 each. And he just wants to see if that's just going to change their perspective on life. It's not the first time he's done it. He's done something similar back in 2019, where he broke a record for the most retweeted tweet, and he pledged to give away $925,000 to 100 random selected users who shared his tweet. So it's interesting to see if, you know, there's some follow-up to this.
I mean, you know, a lot of people will do a lot for money. I remember they had like that social experiment where they were like hiding money in the beach and you had to find money. And then like there was just a bunch of people in Coney Island digging for money. Like people will do crazy stuff for money, not knowing like it's for me, money is it's a Band-Aid on stitches. You know, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
But shout out to him. I think that it's great for him. He'll get the engagement. He'll see what people are looking for. And, you know, at the end of the day, $9,000. I could only imagine what that would look like in the United States. It'll probably look like, I don't know, Black Friday at Walmart, like 3 in the morning.
For me, that pay off a fraction of what student loans I owe.
I mean, right? You just pay. You're not even paying the interest, sis. You paying the.
Okay.
That's the January payment.
About it. That just make a little dent.
A little dent, yeah, word.
But yeah, no, he's definitely an interesting man. From here, he's the head of an online Japanese fashion empire and has a net worth of about $2 billion, according to Forbes. And he's also famously paying his way to become the first private passenger to visit the moon.
You know what's crazy? He's probably behind the Fashion Nova line. Like, for real. Yeah, I don't even know it. For real.
Know.
Because the thing is that...
say what his fashion empire is, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't know what Fashion Nova is. Fashion Nova are the clothes that are in... I'm sorry. Fashion Nova is probably like the clothes that are in like Telco and Rainbow. And they just got it right. You know, they got a different fit. And then that's it. You know, you put the marketing behind it. You put the... Listen, it's the marketing. That's all it is. I think Vanessa said it best. Like, you know, when Curl Fest popped off, right? Shout out to Tracy. I'm going to have you on the show soon too. When that popped off, it was small, right? It started off with a movement. It started off with, 5 or 10 women in her apartment. Then it wound up being in Prospect Park. It was cool the first, and now it's like on a whole island. Makes sense? Like it's just evolved into something. It's the same thing with brands. Like it's really the marketing. You get the right person behind it. Like I'm sure when we get J-Lo as a brand ambassador for HTB, like come on, everybody. Ave Maria, pero J-Lo, wow. Mira da licha con J-Lo. Mira da licha con J-Lo. It won't be like HTB. It'll be like, mira da licha. Look at that licha with J-Lo. Like, nah, really. What's next, Ange?
We're gonna talk about this volcano in the Philippines.
Oh yeah.
So people are being asked to evacuate the Philippines right now due to a level 4 high alert for this volcano. So the name of the volcano is Tala Volcano. It's about 37 miles south of the capital on the island of Luzon, and it's one of the country's most active volcanoes, and it started to spew ash and other things on Sunday. And so they asked about, there's about 40 million, I think they said, people to evacuate because they don't know when this is going to erupt, but they say it will erupt. So definitely, you know, hopefully everyone in the Philippines is safe and they're getting away from this path. But more to come on, you know, when this is going to, you know, erupt, but they are asking for everybody to evacuate the Philippines, especially near this island.
Yeah, that island in particular is being targeted. I think it's on the other side because one of my dear friends is there now and she's coming back. So it's like it's regular operations on one side, and then in that location they're actually evacuating because Cece's there right now. And she's gonna be there until the 18th. So I know that she's gonna be coming back. She has a lot of work to do, and I was talking to her and making sure that she was okay. But it is on one side of the island. What I love about the weather is the phenomenon and the things we get out of it. Like, I didn't know that there can be a snow thunder. I never knew that there can be a snow thunderstorm, and it happens typically during blizzards, and it's like a phenomenon. I saw it once, and if you look at the volcano, some of the press online, the volcano is spewing out lava, and then there's like a circular motion wind on top of it and thunder coming in and out of it. It's like the most incredible thing I've ever seen. So, you know, my thoughts and prayers with everyone in the Philippines who must evacuate, and just praying for safe returns and travels. And also, you know, prayers to those in Australia who are affected. I have a good friend, Alira, out there. Hi, Alira. I know that you're listening. Thank you so much for supporting us. I love her. And if you took a map of Australia and put it on top of the United States, I think it's like 15 or 20 states that would have a fire completely. That's how big Australia is. So it's really sad. It's really sad what's happening. But we get to keep the positivity flowing. And so what's next?
Yeah, I mean, sorry to bust your bubble.
You're not busting my bubble. You're not busting my bubble.
But, so today, in fact, speaking of, you know, weather alerts, there was actually a earthquake in the East Coast off of Dover at around 5 p.m. It was a 4.1 that hit around Dover, and it could be felt all the way up to New York. I know you said you didn't feel any tremors, but this is the second largest earthquake that's hit the East Coast. The first one, I believe, was back in 2011, and it cracked the Washington Monument. So they said, you know, after the aftershocks are still, they're going to still be experiencing them. They should be a little bit less, like around a 3.5 to 3.9.
Listen, the earth, if you're not moving, the earth is.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not moving, you know, I tell people often, like, live for today, right? I have had, let me put it in the right terms. I have had too many clients tell me tomorrow. And, like, we're living in an age of, like, natural disaster. Like, look what's happening in Puerto Rico. Like, they just rebuilt. And now I think they're experiencing an earthquake almost every hour or every 2 hours. Right? Yeah. But then they're actually experiencing, like, earthquakes. Like, we're talking about, like, 6.0. 5. Like, I didn't feel anything today. Unless I was, like, because you may not feel it if you're on the toilet. Like, let's be real. Like, you will. Oh, that's right. You did that day. That day.
We had that earthquake when I was on Wall Street. I felt it when I was on the bathroom.
When you're in the bathroom. Yeah, right? Yeah, not for real. That's probably the best place. But, like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff happening. And, you know, I just tell our folks out there that are listening, like, definitely live for today. That's the most important thing, you know? Angie, don't you have one more?
No, that's all I got today.
You're so fun.
I know. Thank you.
All right, guys. That was really awesome. Current events was great. Give Angie some love. We have to do the horns for you on this end. We have to do the horns on this end. Really excited to be here with you guys tonight. I'm excited to get into these interviews, right? Because this is we're gonna call this the Haitian Confidential. That's what we're gonna call it. Because I know, like, they're about to bust out some Creole, and and it's so funny because I know your mom is listening. I know your mom is listening on the end, like, "Hi, mom, we love you," or rather, "Hi." Yeah, her mom. Let me tell you something. There's nothing like, before we go to a break with DJ Sable, there's nothing like Haitian hospitality. But your mother also knows how to do the okie doke. So story time. So I called your mom. DJ Sable's preparing now. So I called their mom, right? And I was like, "Hey, mom, how you doing? How's everything?" And she's like, "I'm good. Everything's good." So I'm having a full conversation with her, and I'm looking, and it's about like the 6-minute mark. And all of a sudden, we're having a great conversation. How's this one? How's that one? How's this one? You know, we go back, and your mom goes, okay. And it was like, all right, Mom, bye. Like, she hit me with the whole okie doke. And then when I saw her to her face, yo, I never seen her. She blushed, but she knew what she was doing too. Like, these open, they're like, we don't want to be on the phone that long. But she did the really nice okie doke on me. And Angie was like, yeah, you know, that's the way we do it. You know, she'll get off the phone with you if she's done. If she's done, she'll get off the phone with you. I'm like, yeah, but like that. She was like, yeah. And like the innocence in your mom's face was like, yeah, okay. Like, I have things to do. I love her. She is like the woman. I love her. So shout out to you, Mom. We love you. All right, DJ Sable, hit us with some tunes. I'm really excited about this. She's been killing me the whole night, right? I know she's about to hit us with some great stuff. And then when we come back, we are going to interview, because Mom is waiting for us. I know your mom's waiting. So we're going to interview Chef Sybil, right? She's going to talk to us about, you know, her stuff on the Food Network, right? Like, she's over here playing it small, right? She was on Chopped. Yes, sis, you got to represent Haitian sensation out here, right? And she's going to talk to us about what's next. And then we're going to speak to Vanessa about food and nutrition and how to keep your skin glowing, sis, because your skin is forever glowing. Whatever y'all are doing in the Haitian community, like, spread it across the world. So the other day I was in the shower and I had Dr. Brenner's like peppermint or something, and it was the first time I used it on my body or whatever, and Angie was like, yeah, I use that in my hair. I was like, why didn't you tell me? Like, my hair's not even growing. She's like, you know, it's just it's what I do, you know. I'm like, yo, but sis, like, give out the recipes. But every time I see, even her mom, like, their skin is always glowing. I don't know if it's a soup. What is it? The Juma, yeah, Juma in the first. But like, every time I see them, it's like, hey, we cover girls. We don't need nothing. Hi, look, their skin is glowing now. Like the cheekbone, whatever it is. Oh yes, I cannot. All right, DJ Sable, hit us with a good one too, and we'll be right back on Crown Confidential. Stay tuned, guys.
Y'all did it before. I see. It's a conspiracy. All right, it's okay.
Waves on swim, so they hate on him. Anyway, I think I met him sometime before in a different life or where I ain't record. I mean, he was Adam, I think I was Eve, but my vision ends with the apple on the tree. S on my chest, cause I ain't ready to save him, ready to get buck on anybody that plays him. And I think I love him just like I raised him. When he call me mama, little mama, I call him baby. Shawty, I'ma only tell you this one, shoot it illness. I said I know. And 311, I'ma die hard like Bruce Willis. I said I know. You got smart, you got spunk, you got something all the girls want. You like a candy store, and I'm a toddler. You got me wanting more and more. Your love, yeah. Your love, yeah.
monkey on the dick, monkey on the dick. Ooh, monkey on the dick, monkey on the dick.
Baby, show me that shit. Show me love. Show me love. Show me that shit. Show me love. Show me love. Wobble on the dick. Wobble up. Wobble up. Wobble on the dick. Wobble up. Wobble up. Show me that shit. Show me love. Show me love. Show me that shit. Show me love. Show me love. Wobble on the dick. Wobble up. Wobble up. Wobble on the dick. Wobble up. Wobble up. See a nigga got money, you ain't twerking for nothing. Hit my dick out, then you better start sucking or something. Pay your own rent, got your own check. You don't need me. Pussy is the best, that's why a nigga hella greedy. And you ain't out here looking for love, cause you done had your heart broken. You had enough. Your ex nigga, he was down before. Soon as I gave her the dick, she falling in love.
Monkey on the dick, monkey on the dick. Ooh, monkey on the dick, monkey on the dick.
Baby, show me that shit. Show me love. Show me love. Show me that shit. Show me love. Show me love. Wobble on the dick. Wobble up. Wobble up. Wobble on the dick. Wobble up. Wobble up. Show me that shit. Show me love. Show me love. Show me that shit. Show me love. Show me love. Wobble on the dick. Wobble up. Wobble up. Wobble on the dick. Wobble up. Wobble up.
Do it, baby, stick it, baby, move it, baby, lick it, baby, suck up on that click into that pussy, got a hickey, baby, watch big, coulda brought a Range Rover. Chain little, but I spent some change on it. Nigga mad, I'ma put the gang on him. They'll die about me, they'll bang on him. In that ass poked out, little frame on him. Pussy so good, he got my name on it. Itty bitty pretty, on the realest in the city. Only fucking with the plug, got a nigga worth a billy, showing love. Only talk about bands when he hit me, chose him, he ain't pick me, and we never doing quickie.
I wanna slam by a woman with some pork with her. I wanna slam by a woman with some pork with her. I wanna slam by a woman with some pork with her. I wanna slam by a woman with some pork with her. Pork with her. Pork with her. Pork with her. Baby girl, you're so damn fine though. I'm trying to know if I can hit it from behind though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine though. And when it's over, I press rewind though. Ay, you talking bands, girl, I got it. Benjamin's all in my pocket. I traded in my trues for some robbers. You playing Batman, Fetty's gonna rob him. Ay, I got a Glock in my Rari. Ay, 17 shots, no 38. I got a Glock in my Rari. 17 shots, no 38. She's mine. Wonder when she'll be mine. She walked past like praise, rewind and see that I one more time. And I got this soda. Ruby boys ain't no us. All fast money, no slow box. No one can control us.
I'm willing to die for this shit. I done cried for this shit. Might take a life for this shit. Put the Bible down and go out for a knife for this shit. DOT, my enemy, won't catch a vibe for this shit. Ayy, I been stumped out in front of my mama. My daddy commissary made it to commas. Bitch, all my grandma's dead, so ain't nobody praying for me. I'm on your head. Ayy, 30 millions later, know the feds watching. Auntie on my telegram like be cautious. I be hanging out at Tams, I be on Stockton. I don't do it for the gram, I do it for Compton. I'm willing to die for this shit, nigga. I take your fucking life for this shit, nigga. We ain't going back to broke, family selling dope. That's why you nanny ass rap niggas better know. If I gotta slap a pussy ass nigga, I'ma make it look sexy. If I gotta go hard on the bitch, I'ma make it look sexy. I pull up, hop out, air out, made it look sexy. They won't take me out my element, nah, take me. I'm allergic to a bitch nigga, ayy. An imaginary rich nigga, ayy. 7 figures, how that slimmer than my bitch figure, ayy.
Confidential, y'all. Super excited to be here with you guys. Welcome back to Crown Confidential. We got Angie in the building. You're not gonna do no horns, Angie. It's all good.
Oh,
Here's some bombs. Oh, we got. Wait! We moving up in the world. We got bombs. Hold on. Crown Confidential is the best show ever. We got DJ Sable in the building. We got Prophet in the back. We got Vanessa to my left. We got Durga in the building. It's funny because it's true. I see you flex. I see why you dropping bombs like that. That's mad powerful. That feels mad good. I'm gonna do that. You know, we need Puerto Rican bombs. I wonder what that would sound like a Puerto Rican bomb. Would it be like, I don't know. We gotta figure that because the bombs, like he got the bombs. I can't use the bombs like that. I need something else.
Yeah, we're gonna get something. We're gonna get.
Yeah, we gotta figure it out.
Whatever weapon you like. We're gonna get cannons.
Ooh, a cannon. What do Puerto Rican people shoot? Nah, it sound like a BB gun. Ta 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 ta.
It might be a knife.
It might be a knife. Yeah, we might hear. I love my people. Sorry, I love y'all. So I'm really excited because we have Chef Sybil here. Hi, how are you? So tell us about. I want to know. My first question to you is: when did you fall in love with food?
You know, growing up in a Haitian household, it's hard not to fall in love with food. Food was the epicenter of everything. And I can't even start this interview without like shouting out that it's been 10 years since the Haiti earthquake and kind of giving props to that. I mean, it was such a monumental event 10 years ago, and to see where we're at now versus where we were back then, and to kind of see all the nonsense going on in the government and all the foolishness, it's kind of just like, man, we take a few steps forward and then so many steps back, you know. And it's the ongoing struggle of Haitian history and culture and politics and like outside intervention. So I just think it's important to always keep that in the back of our mind when kind of discussing Haitian culture. And for me, that's definitely always in the back of my mind when talking about my relationship with food and my history with food. So, you know, it started because our parents came to the States, and really the only kinship we had was each other in our community, and that was at events, at parties, graduations, communions, you know, that was like the big thing. We were always centered around food, and so my relationship, or how I fell in love with food, was it's always going to be closely related to my family, because it was one and the same. You know, I grew up the youngest of 4, and it was interesting because all my older siblings are like mad years older than me, so it was always, you know, being like by myself until we were at a Thanksgiving event or Christmas or a communion, and then it was like, oh, this is the extent of our family, this is the extent of our culture. So, you know, growing up under those circumstances, it's hard not to fall in love with the food and the culture and the music and everything associated with it.
Awesome. You know, I'm gonna go there. So tell us about your, you know, everyone's like, I want press, I want to do this, right? And you know, one of the things press, right? And so, you know, we as a community, right? Older sisters, you know, we were really excited when you got we were excited when she got the call to the Food Network. Like, oh my God, me and sister, me too. Like, that was a conversation. And so kudos to you. So, tell us about your experience on the Food Network, right? You don't have to give us all the details because they get to go and see the show, right?
Yeah.
But tell us about your experience. Like, what did that mean to you, right?
Yeah.
As a Haitian American, I would say. Mm-hmm. Talk to us about those emotions behind that, yeah.
You know, when I started cooking, and I've been in the restaurant industry for about 16 years now, and I've been in the back of the house in the chef world for about 8 years. And when I first started out, I had no intentions of being on TV. You know, I was kind of just like, cooking is fun. I'm good at it. Like, I can actually do this and go to work and make money and, you know, pay back Sally Mae any chance I get. This is it. This is lit. And so when the opportunity came around to do television, I jumped at it because I saw there was a void, and there still is a void in terms of representation for black chefs, for black women chefs on those platforms. And there have been plenty of chefs that have come before me that have done all the shows and stuff like that, but I felt like I didn't really see too much Haitian representation or Haitian American representation. So I jumped at the opportunity to do the show, not really knowing what would come out of it or what to expect. And it was an experience, you know. Shows like Chopped, shows like Bobby Flay, Beat Bobby Flay, all those shows are, they're still reality TV to a certain extent, you know. So you get in there and it's a lot of hurry up and wait, and you spend like 6 or 7 hours on set, and it's not organic cooking. It's completely inorganic cooking, and so it's not how it looks on TV. It's not similar, right? It's not just being in a restaurant. It's a completely different animal, but it's necessary and it's vital, and it has done wonders for my career. You know, to this day I'm still getting looks because I did that show. regardless of the outcome, regardless how it came out. You know, people want that. They want to see that tagline. They want to see that title that you did such and such, that you were on Food Network. And you know, it's unfortunate because it sucks that we need that validation from these outside parties that don't even really care about us at the end of the day, you know. But for a lot of people, that's what they want to see. That's how they, in their minds, perceive that you've made it, is when you've done these types of shows. When in reality, like, these shows really don't do much monetarily for you. You know, when you win a prize of $10,000, but after taxes, what is that really?
In New York, that's $4,777 if you don't owe back child support. like, let's be keeping 100. Let's take it off. And also, if you don't have a tax lien on you, like if you have a tax lien, people are like, oh my God, $10K. No, sir, because Uncle Sam and Sally Mae, they sleep in the same bed together. They want their money.
Yeah. So it's, you know, it's a catch-22 with those types of things. Like, you know, you do it, and you are open to a wide variety of networks and regions of people, because it's a national television show, even international. I think an episode aired in South Africa, and I got like weirdo messages from that folks on the continent, you know, and I'm like, what's happening? How did you find me? And they're sending me videos of them watching Chopped, and it's like bugged out. And that's a whole nother conversation of kind of being open to the weirdos out there.
What? Say word. Them DMs are lit. I get, hey, baby. And not even baby. It's BBY. I get that, hey, baby. And then the next thing is like, will you be my wife? Like, yo, you just couldn't even spell baby, and you want me to, like, what?
It's bugged out. You know, at one point after I did the show, I got a few creepy, like, people hitting me up, but this one thing that really set me off was this text message.
Story time.
Oh, it's story time.
Yes. I knew you had one in you, sis.
I got a text message from this guy, and he was like, hey, Sybil, you did a really good job. I'm proud of you. And it was some random number in, like, Ohio or something. And I'm like, who is this? Like, who are you? He's like, I don't know you. You don't know me. I saw you on Chopped, and I just want to let you know that I'm proud of you. And I was freaked out, and my boyfriend at the time was a Marine. I hit him up. I was like, yo, look into this. Like, find out who this person is. Like, Google this. And he was like, yeah, this is like a legit number. This is a random dude. And I asked the guy, I was like, how did you get my information? He's like, well, if it's on the internet, anyone can find it.
It is. Yeah, they can pay for it. They can pay. That's the thing. I learned. Y'all want story time?
Story time.
So when I was looking to find out what happened with one of my exes, because I was still kind of sour and bitter because I was single, I found out that you can pay for everything. So you can pay like a $10 fee, and you can find out where they are, where the baby mama is. I just wanted to see, like, are you still with the girl that you were cheating with me on? And then in addition, where you living? Even though I knew, right? But the other thing is too is like what people don't understand is that your picture already, it has a detail as to where you are. So I was able to go on like Instagram. I saw what town they took the picture in. I was like, okay, I Googled his name and the town that the picture, and sure enough, everything added up. And I'm like, all right, did you go back to jail? Let me check that too. Like, I went in, and so yeah, like, yeah.
That's crazy.
And it's so funny because some women when they date, I've known they'll do a whole background check, and then, or they'll do a credit check, and they'll go like line by line. I've heard like, yeah. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Like, if it is intense, but at the same time,
it's not strange to do a background check.
Not a background check. Yeah, background check is different. Yeah, but they can. Yeah, but they can definitely. Yeah, so they'll find your number and stuff like that. Like for me, when I saw it, I was like, wait a second. And in my mind too, at that moment when I was looking for information that I could have just asked, people, I was like, I'm not insane. And I just kept, right? But yes, you can find out, and it is. If your number is public, it happens. Yeah. But the great part is you get to put a stop to it too.
Right.
Like you get to block. That's the great part about Apple.
That's what I did. I was kind of like, thanks for the love, but leave me alone.
Right. So, what are some of the projects you're up to now?
So I have a few things in motion. There's actually a video circulating that this wonderful initiative called Best Dressed Plate. They recently produced commemorating 10 years after the Haiti earthquake, and it's like a trailer that we have circulating right now on social media, but there's like a full-fledged video that they're going to produce later on this month, and it's basically taking a bunch of Haitian American and Haitian artists, chefs, doctors, professors, kind of getting us all in the room talking about where we are, where we have been since the earthquake, and how we were affected by it, things of that nature. So that's a really cool video that you guys should definitely check out. I am at the James Beard House on February 22nd with New York African Restaurant Week. We're doing a Black History Month dinner. I am in To Be Hosted. Is this also another group of event planners and young black foodie people in the industry? They're putting out a print publication that's coming out in March, and so I have a recipe in there and a little interview, so that should be cool. I'm just really focused on doing more things that kind of help and not harm how black and brown folks are kind of revered in our industry, because we are still at a deficit, you know, and we're still kind of looking to certain institutions to kind of give us like props and to kind of put us out there when it doesn't have to be the case. And so I'm definitely currently trying to shift my focus into making sure that I am bigging up and supporting all friends and, you know, strangers in the industry that are really trying to push the positivity within our industry and within our community.
You're also an author. Tell us about the book.
So I wrote a children's book. It's called Elsie. It came out in 2000.
Can you spell it for us?
ELSIE. It came out in 2013. You can purchase it on Amazon. Scholastic distributes it also, and you can get it from the publisher's website. They're called One More Book. More is spelled Moore. And it is basically about a little girl, day in the life, living in Haiti after the earthquake. Actually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I know that y'all are up. And if you know, I'm talking to you. If you were in my class today, I know y'all are listening on the radio. And you should be sleeping. They told me that they do FaceTime all-nighters now, where they're like get on FaceTime and they're on FaceTime till like the sun comes up and then they go to school. And then they have like, now you have the thing where you can add people. So I know y'all are listening. So to my young ladies out there, my young beautiful ladies who are listening, who are dreaming, who are, you know, in a tough place in their life or in a great place in their life, wherever they are. But there's this will to dream. There's this will to be bigger than what they are. And I had a young lady today, she was selling cupcakes. And I was like, okay, great. And then we got like really, really deep into story time. And I don't know if it was her. We play this game called True or Truth, where we discuss our truths and our truths. And one of the things that came up, and like I said, I don't know if it's her, what came up when I read, right, because it was everybody puts in something. You put in a story time anonymously, or you put in a question. So I got a bunch of different stuff. And one of the papers that I opened up, it really killed my heart. She was like, I am trying to make money for me and my mom so that we don't end up in a shelter. Right? So my girls are in really different places, but like it's real out there now. And I'm talking about I'm mentoring 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, right? And so what are some of the words that you would tell an aspiring author, an aspiring chef, someone, a young girl, beautiful out there who's listening right now, who should be sleeping? I know y'all, right? What would you tell her? Like what were some of the words that you have that you know that she absolutely needs to hear in this moment?
Man. And honestly, whatever advice or wisdom I can pass down is something that I still constantly tell myself, right? Because this is never ending, especially this type of work, this entrepreneur work. Like this is, it will make you and it will break you and it will eat you up and spit you out and do it all over and all over again, all before your first good check. Yeah. So I would just say to them listening that, you know, to really find things that make you whole, right? To really find things that bring you peace, and find things that you can always kind of count on and rely on, whether it's like a book that's never gonna disappear or disintegrate, whether it's a song that you can always stream, whether it's a show or a movie or something that you can kind of always refer back to, but use that as your marker, your center. And keep that, and always refer to that, and don't let anyone kind of taint that one thing, that one totem that you have, and to hang on to it, because it's going to be vital to kind of constantly refer back to that, because it'll be untainted. Things will come in and they will taint you, and they will taint your process. And people say trust the process. The process is crap.
Hello.
It's necessary, but the process is crap.
Listen.
And it's hard, so it's finding things that help center you and keep you whole, and that bring you joy, you know. And it could be an animal, or it could be anything, but kind of finding that one marker, that one thing that you can constantly refer back to, and keeping it pure for you, I think is very important. And everyone wants to always say, "Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up." That it's hard for certain circumstances and certain situations where that's all you feel that you can do. So I would never tell someone to not give up, but I would just always tell them to do what they feel like they find joy in the most. And if you're doing something that you're not in love with anymore, then step back from it.
Got it. Love it.
Yeah.
How can they find you on social media?
Well, you can find me on IG at CYBILLESTAUDE. That's Sybil St. Aud. Or you could follow my catering company at Earthseed Provisions. Or you can Google me.
That too, right?
That has everything right there.
I mean, really, right?
Yep, Sybil St. Aud.
Yes, don't try and do a pop-up visit because her brothers are not with the shit. It's like, yo, they are not with the shit. Shout out to all we love you. Yeah, you said they old and washed on air. I mean, I was gonna say that too, but I kind of awesome. But they love you. Awesome. That I had an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. Super excited. Remember to follow Sybil at CYBILLE St. Aud STAUD. She has a lot to offer. She's awesome. Also, she's open for what? Catering, right? Clients, events.
Yep.
Whatever it is that you
private
need.
Dinners, weddings, cooking classes, all the above. We have some pop-ups coming up in the spring, so you can kind of, stay tuned. Follow me, and you'll find out all that info.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
DJ Sable's going to hit us with a few tunes really quickly, and then when we come back, we are going to speak to the other half of this Haitian experience, Miss Vanessa here. And she's going to, give us some tips and tricks to the trade. I think that it's really important that she shares her wealth, right? Her glowing 21-year-old skin. I'm seeing out here popping, sis. You pop, I love it. You popping. And so, we want some tips and tricks on how to, keep young, right? And how to keep it classy, right? So definitely stay tuned. It's Crown Confidential, y'all, and we will be back shortly. DJ Sable, take it away.
This will be a long Young Nino, fuck a bitch in a Pico, Carlito, Scarface, Al Pacino, Bumbido, Pimp C, Arpedo. I goes deep in that pussy, Dan Marino. She wanna be the one, fuck her to my own single. Break a bitch heart, no future, Miss Cleo. Snap back, automatic reload. Flyer than a fucking Beetle, you can't beat them. Vampire, fuck up your evening. I pop up and eat lunch, leave you on the cement. Don't believe it? Dripe like a fucking Adidas, the gun Selena. Give a nigga Bieber fever. Real fucking hot, put it in pot, take a shot higher than the tube side. Use a bop, give me top as I load the wop. Man, these niggas say I'm fly, but to her, I'm God. I'm faded. My nigga, 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 I'm faded. And I don't give up.
I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem.
If finding somebody real is your fucking problem,
Bring your girls to the crib, maybe we can solve. Hold up, bitches in my dime. Taking hella long, bitch, give it to me now. Make that thing pop like it's in me over 9. Ooh, baby, like it raw with the shimmy, yeah, huh? ASAP, get like me. Never met a motherfucker fresh like me. All these motherfuckers wanna dress like me, but the chrome to your dome make you sweat like me. Cause I'm the nigga. Like how you figure, getting figures and fucking bitches. She rolling switches, bought her bitches. I bought my niggas, they getting bent up off the liquor. She love my licorice, I let her lick it. They say money make a nigga act niggerish, but at least a nigga rich. I be fucking bras like I be fucking bored. Turn a dyke bitch out, have a fucking bars, beats. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem. I love bad bitches, that's my fucking problem. And yeah, I like the fuck, I got a fucking problem.
if finding somebody real is your fucking problem,
Bring your girls to the crib, maybe we can solve.
already got one rolled up in my left hand. You on my mind tighter than the Head in my lungs, got gun in my sweat glands. I'm on better than the next strand. Better than the next strand. She head down, booty popping in the handstand. I shine bright, I give your girl a slight tan. I make that whistle like the Old Spice man. I don't even understand why she'd ever want a man. If she ever throw it, I catch it like a cornerback. Like a cornerback, that's an interception. You think I give a that's a misconception. Oh what a night, oh what a night. The roof is on fire, so what? I'm high. I say oh what a night, oh what a night. Yeah, she a bad. All jokes aside. Hey, look at baby over there. What's up, little mama? Come here. She started talking, but I really couldn't hear her until she started dancing like she do it in the mirror. Like she do it in the mirror. Like she do it in the mirror. She broke it down, started moving like Shakira. Like she do it in the mirror.
Real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga. Big Birkin bag, hold 5-6 figures. Stripes on my ass, so he call his pussy tigger. Fucking on a scamming ass, rich ass nigga.
Same group of bitches, ain't no add to the picture. Drop a couple racks, watch his ass get bigger. Drinking, I'm licking, I'm looking at your nigga. If it's money, why he can eat it like a snicker?
I ain't got time for you fake ass hoes. Talking all loud in them fake ass clothes. Fake ass shoes, match that fake ass coat. I'm the realest bitch ever see you snake ass hoes. Act up, you can get snatched up. Act up, you can get snatched up. Act up, you can get snatched up. Dirty ass, baby girl, you need to back up.
It's your Miami and I can't run my sack up. Tired ass hoes in my page tryna track us. Brand new chain city girls going platinum. I keep a baby Glock, I ain't fighting with no random, period. You bitches weak, is you serious? I let him taste the pussy, now he acting all delirious. Did a dash in the rubber like it's Fast and Furious. You see my number in his phone, now you acting curious. He gon' buy me Gucci if I ask for it. He a crazy nigga walking town for it. I bet your little sister wanna look like me. I bet your little brother wanna look
Hey yo, look like I'm going for a swim. Dunked on him, now I'm swinging off the rim. Bitch ain't coming off the bench, while I'm coming off the court fully drenched. Here goes some haterade, get your thirst quenched. Style doing him in this Burberry trench. These birds copy every word, every inch. But gang got the hammer and the wrench. I pull up in that $250,000 off the lot. Oh, now she tryna be friends like I forgot. Show off my diamonds like I'm signed by the rock. Ain't pushing out his baby's telly by the rock. Hey yo, I been on, bitch you been con. Bentley tints on, Fendi prints on. I mean I been storm, X-Men been formed. He keep on dialing Nicki like the prince on. I been on, bitch you been con. Bentley tints on, Fendi prints on. Hey yo, I been off, Laura been Croft. Play say Chung Lee, drop the Benz off. Oh, I get it. They painted me out to be the bad guy. Well, it's the last time you're gonna see a bad guy do the rap game like me. I went and copped the chopsticks. Put it in my bun just to pop shit. I'm always in the top shit. Box seats, bitch, fuck the gossip. How many of them could've did it with finesse? Now everybody like she really is the best. You played checkers, couldn't beat me playing chess. Now I'm about to turn around and beat my chest. Bitch is King Kong, yes this King Kong. Bitch is King Kong, this is King Kong. Chinese ink on, Siamese links on. Call me 2 Chainz.
We're back live on Crown Confidential. Super excited to this is the Haitian Confidential, let's just say it, right? No Creole has been dropped yet, and I can't wait for that. So I'm super excited for all of us to be here joining in on the What's Next. And we're going to speak to a dear friend of mine. This is I don't even call her sister, right? Because I have my blood sister. Let me not do that yet because she's here, right? But she is my sister. She is someone that I can turn to who holds me accountable, make sure that I'm of my word, and you get to have people like that in your corner. I've never met someone who works so diligently. Like when I met Vanessa, she had a to-do list that was like 5 pages, laminated, and it was ready to rock and roll. And she was, and you laughing? Right?
Facts.
She was like really in it to win it. I think the introduction came with Angie saying, you'd be a great fit for the board for Hey There Beautiful. Shout out to Hey There Beautiful. Make sure you follow us, www.heytherebeautiful.org. Check out what we got going on. May 2nd, big event happening. And so Vanessa was really a part of the structure and the building of what HTB is, and she's been a phenomenal asset to us, and I'm just really humbled to call her my friend. And I'm even more grateful that she's here, right? Because she puts her phone on D&D for like 4 days and then she comes back and she's like, yeah, I took a break and Like, you know, I can only imagine. Like, I hyperventilate putting my do not disturb on for like the overnight, like my 10 to 8 shift, right? So, listen, Vanessa, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Awesome. And so, talk to us about when you fell in love with nutrition, because a lot of what your story is based upon being healthy and nutrition. So, what made you go down the path of, you know, getting your master's, right? What was that like?
Yeah, so to start off, I have a bachelor's in finance. I went to school for that, and I worked on Wall Street. And during 2008, right before the market crashed, I went on vacation with some of my girlfriends. We went to Paris, and when I came back, I realized that I used up all my vacation time, and the next vacation I would have would be in January of 2009. And I just started hyperventilating, and I realized that that wasn't the life that I wanted to live.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to live an extraordinary life and be going to Paris all the time. So I just decided, I mean, I knew the market was in turmoil, but I didn't know that what was going to happen would happen. And I was just looking for jobs online, how to travel and work at the same time. And then schools just kept popping up. So I did an interview with a school online over Skype at that time. And it was in Dubai. I'd never been to Dubai before, but I knew that I was going to move somewhere. I was just trying to figure out where. And Dubai was central for me to go to Africa, to go to Europe, to go to Asia. So I said, I'm going to move there. And I did a few interviews, and I got a job as an educational director there. And I said, I'll take it. It was like a quarter of what I was making, but I said, no worries. They're gonna pay for housing. I said, I'm just gonna move to Dubai. So in August of 2008, I gave my resignation, and then July 2008, I gave my resignation, and then I got ready to move to Dubai. And by August, I was out. I left within a month. I just packed my whole house and I left. And then as I was there, September of 2008. I was watching the news like I normally did in the mornings, and I just was watching the market crash, and I said, well, I guess I made that right decision.
Yeah.
So I stayed in Dubai for 2 years, and I had a great expat community, and I used to use like apple cider vinegar to clean, or just to do the different natural remedies around the house. So a lot of people were always saying that I should probably be a life coach, and I said, I don't want to life coach anybody. I need to life coach me, my own self, right?
Yeah.
So after a while, like I just realized, like in the school, the way like the kids were eating, they had like black holes where their teeth were supposed to be because they were eating so much sugar. And I just realized that I wanted to do something different, but I just didn't know at that point. So when I came back to America in 2010, I was just looking through all of my tabs of my computer just to see what I was interested in, because I feel like that's a true telling sign of who we are, by looking at what we look at on the internet. And as I was looking, I noticed I was looking at essential oils and Ayurveda. I went to India and I stayed at an Ayurvedic clinic for a week. So I was looking at all of these things, these different modalities with health and wellness, and looking at how to self-care and meditate and do all of those things. So I was just like, oh, I'm supposed to be in healthcare. I'm like, I'm gonna be a nurse. I don't know how I came from health and staying at Ayurvedic clinic to coming to be a nurse, but I figured that was like my entry into being in healthcare. But then I realized like I didn't like blood. I don't like those things. I freak out at the sign of any type of blood. So I started doing research, and that's when I figured out that I can actually go to school and become a registered dietitian. I didn't even know that even existed back then. I didn't know that you can actually go to school and be a dietitian. So I started going to the community college. I took a lot of the prerequisites. Since I was a finance major, I had to take all of those prerequisites: physiology, biochemistry, pathophysiology, chemistry 1, bio 1 and 2. I had to take all of them. So I went through the process, and then I realized that I was able to just go straight into a master's with some of the prerequisites that I was taking. So then I said, okay, why not? And then I realized that I had to do an internship. It was kind of a long process. I didn't realize it was going to be that long. But once I did that, once I started, I couldn't stop. So I did my internship. I got into one of like the best internships here in New York City, and it was a year-long internship. And then at the end of the internship, I took my exam, and then I finally passed, and now I'm a registered dietitian. And you know, the company that I'm working with right now, I still can use a little bit of my finance knowledge that I had, and also with the nutrition. So I'm just very blessed to have taken this path. Many times I wanted to quit because it was such a long path. Yeah. And, you know, I started in 2011 to 2012, and then I took a break because my significant other at that time wasn't living in New York. So I was like traveling for 3 years abroad. And then finally in 2015, I decided to just come back and just say, this is something that you said that you wanted to do for yourself, so you have to finish.
What are some of the rituals? Like what? Because every time I see Vanessa on Facebook, far and few in between, we see her like once a quarter in the beginning. Like we see her like Happy New Year, and then we see like, oh yay, Happy Easter, and then it's like oh, summertime vibes, and it's like click summertime vibes. I get her for a little bit, and then afterwards, once school starts, you don't hear or see her. So what are some of the things that keep you young? What are some of your rituals?
I definitely really believe in doing self-care, and it's not only doing self-care of taking a bubble bath. I feel like self-care is more in depth than that. Yeah. And I tend to take time so I can be aware. So I wake up in the morning, I try to do a miracle morning, and that's it's a combination of being silent, doing some affirmations, some visualization.
Well, tell them what time you wake up, because that's the other piece. So Vanessa, what time do you wake up?
So I wake up between 4:30 and 5, and so I take between 4:30 and 5 to do the miracle morning, just so I can ground myself, because I really do believe that the way we wake up and how we go to sleep are very important. So those are the times that I think that, you know, a lot of people are I'm like a Zennial, right? So I had a analog childhood with a digital adulthood. So that's why you guys don't see me on social media, because I don't really know how to use social media like that. But I really want to make sure that I ground myself in the morning, and I'm not, the first thing I'm doing is rolling over to pick up my phone. So I take the time to be grateful that I woke up, I have another day on this earth. So I'm silent, and then I affirm the great things that are happening in my life. I affirm the great things that I expect to happen in my life, and I visualize those things. Then I do a little bit of reading. I try to read 50 pages a day, and then I write, and then I go to the gym. So it's called Savers, but I kind of mix it up and do it backwards, in different forms. And I just think that it's just important for us to just be in touch with who we are, because I think, you know, it's just like going to the refrigerator. We pick up our phones so we don't have to feel feelings, right? We pick up our phones because we're uncomfortable with silence. You know, we can sit with individuals, and as soon as we have a silent moment, we like kind of like pick up the phone and look at it, because it's uncomfortable with us, for us. But I definitely think this is something that we need to just experience, because this helps us to become more aware of who we are and our purpose and that we're supposed to do on this world. But if we're so in tune with the noise, we can't even hear our inner self speak. So I definitely think it's important for us to know who we are in the morning, take the time, and then before we go to bed, to also take that time to be grateful for the things that we've done, just celebrate ourselves. So
I love that because, you know, one of the things I remember when you were starting the Miracle Morning, I was like, oh, what time are you waking up? And she's like, 4:30 to 5. And I'm like, okay. But then she's like, no, after I'm done with that, sometimes I'll go back to bed, or I'll finish my day, or I'll start my day at that time. And then that's what it is. But the great part is that she has a ritual, right? And so that's what I love about her, because she keeps a lot of people around her in line, but she's always doing a lot, right? So talk to the people about, what do you think is the number one way that you keep yourself so youthful, right? Because I love the fact that you're carrying yourself. But what's your, like, okay, now we have your ritual, but like, what's your number one non-negotiable?
I definitely, so I would normally say like my time, and sometimes like I was just too giving of my time, but I reclaim my time back. So I'm taking that back, and I definitely think, because that's the only commodity we have in, well, obviously when people die, we lose them, but time is the only thing we can't get back. We can get money back, we can get boyfriends and girlfriends back, we can get a lot of things back, but time we just can't get back. So I've really been non-negotiable with my time and being able to say no. So a lot of times I want to say yes and help everybody, but now I know that if I can't help myself, I can't help other people.
Absolutely.
So I make sure that my cup is full first, and then I can pour into other people.
I love that. One of the other pieces, you know, because Angie and I, we want to, like, we can get into this topic now, is really staying healthy. Like, a lot of the times I see you, you're on the go. Like, we meet up at coffee shops, we meet up in the city or whatever the case may be, but we meet up and we hang. But we're both women with a very active lifestyle, right? And so how do you stay healthy while you're on the go, right? Because a lot of our listeners are subway, train, with public transportation, where, you know, and they're just sometimes we feel like things are out of our reach. So how do you maintain a healthy lifestyle but yet active?
I definitely try to. So the first thing I want to say is that we have to give ourselves grace. And I know a lot of people, they go to they're on either side of the color spectrum, right? They're either very extreme or they're very, very lax about it. But we have to find that happy medium. And if you want to eat, you know, I always say, like, if you want to eat a bag of chips, right? So sometimes we eat the bag of chips and we eat the whole bag and then we feel so bad about ourselves. But what about if, you know, you ate only half of the bag? So, you know, you still were able to enjoy eating the chips because you didn't deny yourself the chips, but then you were able to say, stop, I've had enough, you know? So it's really about, like, setting boundaries for ourselves because, you know, and being comfortable with who we are and loving ourselves, because if we love ourselves, we know, you say, okay, you know, this might not be good for me because it's going to raise my blood sugar levels. And I know that diabetes runs in my family, so I have to be careful with that because diabetes is something we can prevent. But, you know, if we are indulgent in certain things, you can die from diabetes. Yeah. So if you want to take care of yourself, you have to first love yourself and appreciate yourself and know that you are a very valuable person on this earth. So when you can appreciate and love yourself, then you can set the boundaries of how you're eating and what you're doing with your body.
I love that. What are some of the things that, what are some of, like, I want to know, you don't got to give me the whole secret sauce, right? You don't got to tell me how you pickle and stuff. You don't got to tell me what's in the soup, right? But what, for you, what are some of the main fruits and vegetables that you feel everyone should have in their, like, their mainstay? Like, listen, you should be getting enough vitamins here, and here, right? But these are the main, right? Like, okay, I would recommend, like, for you, what would you recommend eating? Like, what are your top 5 favorite fruits and vegetables that you're like, you know what, I know I'll get antioxidants, I'll get this, I'll get X, I'll get Y. This is why I'm not a registered dietitian, right? But I'm gonna get, like, these are the main staples. I'm walking by the market, right? And there's a fruit stand on the corner. What am I picking up?
So if you look at your plate and you have a white plate, the more color you have of the spectrum, the more of the vitamins and minerals you're going to get. So if you put your blueberries, you're going to get your antioxidants. If you're going to get the orange fruits, you're going to get the beta carotene. You're going to get the things that is good for your skin and your hair. If you get the greens, you're going to get the vitamin K and the vitamin C. So it's really about having your plate very colorful. The more colorful your plate is, then that means that you're doing a very good job. And you can get a lot from that, you know? So it doesn't, like, if your plate is, and I know, Sybil, you can help me out here, but, like, you know, like, if your plate is all one color, like, even when they have kids, they make sure that the plate is very colorful so that they will eat. So we as human beings, we're also very visual people. So if you make your plate very colorful, it's going to entice you to eat foods. And then sooner or later, you're going to build up a habit because it's about, 21 days to form a habit, 90 days to build a lifestyle, right? Mm-hmm. So the more you continue to do something, the more that it will stick with you. Right? So, make sure that your plate is colorful. You can have oranges so you can get some vitamin C. And, vitamin C, like some people, they take vitamin C when they're sick. But by then you're already sick already. It doesn't, there's a lot of studies that show that vitamin C in large doses doesn't help to ward off the sickness that you have is like before. Like taking vitamin C before, right? It's really about the preventative measures. So making sure that your plate is colorful, and that color could look however you want it to look. It can look to what different fruits that you want, but make sure that it's colorful. And it has all of those colors. It has orange, it has green, it has purple.
Diversify your plates, people.
That's what
the way
it's
you
called.
diversify your portfolio, and you're going from a conservative to a more aggressive a status within your portfolio. Diversify your plates, right? Make sure that there's color there. Every spectrum of the rainbow.
There
I
you
love
go.
that.
It's all about the rainbow. We call it eating the rainbow.
Eating the rainbow. That's what she said. All right, so and you on the sound effects today? Where's my dun-dun-ch? Like, come on, sis. We got to get it together.
I'm not the sound. I only do one sound effect. It's the horn.
That's why you my friend. She's out there listening. Not to my young lady. She's out there listening. She's concerned about her health. She really doesn't know what to do. She's in a place where she's running around. She has a business. She has, she has kids. She's going through the most right now. She's more concerned about money than herself. What's the number one thing that you would tell her as a dietitian right now?
I would definitely say that, yes, that it's great to be about your money and to be about your coins, because we all need the coins in life, right? So we can give back into the community. But if you're not taking care of you when you are sick and in your bed, who's going to help you to get the coins, right? So you have to actually take the time. And it's not even about the big things that you do, because we tend to fall when we try to do big tasks all at once. So it's really about those small actionable steps that somebody does. So if it's maybe having one cup of serving of fruit a day, then that's what she could do. Because some people, they can't do the 2 to 3 cups of servings a day. Maybe it's too much for them. But if you start off small, those small steps are going to lead to big changes in life. So it's not really about doing everything all at once. It's really about giving yourself grace and taking it literally one foot in front of the other every single day.
Yeah.
And it's about consistency, because consistency will lead to the greatest successes in life. So eat your fruits 1 cup a day. Maybe eat a handful of strawberries, and that's all you can afford to do. Then do it. Take a little Ziploc bag, and then you carry your little strawberries, and you have your little antioxidants, and then you believe, and then moisturize, sis. Put some Vaseline. I know, I'm really old school, and I use Vaseline on my face. I know. Yeah. I know, but I still use the petroleum jelly.
It's so funny. So I was FaceTiming Durga the other day, and she was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And we going back and forth. She's like, "What's up with your skin?" I'm like, "I moisturize." She's like, "No, but you moisturize." And you know what I used that day? I used Vaseline, and it was like the greatest, cleanest feeling ever. I look like I ate It did. It looked like. Yes. It looked like I put butter on my face. Yeah, it did. It looked crazy. And but however, it felt really good, because I felt like I was protected from the wind and all that great stuff, and because it's really bad outside. Nobody asked you outside. And so I love the advice that you give, because I think that we're so busy. Because even in my weight loss journey, I remember when I was like, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds, right? And the big thing that came up for me was, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds. I'm gonna lose 100 pounds. I'm gonna lose 100 pounds. So then I lost 100 pounds, but then I didn't see it in myself. So then I reverted back to old ways, because I saw the old me. But I was always called 100 pounds, 100 pounds, 100 pounds. And then I remember, going to my meetings. I'm not gonna, like I said, nobody's gonna put any plugs here unless we getting paid. My daddy taught me well. What I found was why don't you declare losing 5? Why don't you start off small? Because once you lose the 5, great, then you can move on to 10. And once you lose on the 10, maybe you can go to 12, right? But we set these really high expectations, and even thinking about something on a smaller scale, something as small as let me get a bag of strawberries, right? Because I think that the thing is, it's expensive, fruits and vegetables. I think what's more expensive is the medication, and then the long term, what happens long term, right? We lose limbs, things of that nature happen. So I think the great part that you were able to share with us was that small step, believing that we can make that small step happen. That's really awesome. So now I want you to speak to my young girls. My young girl wants to go to school. She wants to get her master's. She wants to become a nurse, right? Because from what I'm hearing too, there was a lot. I remember there were times where I couldn't reach you for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then when I would finally connect with you, it would be like, yeah, I was studying. I'm like, you were studying for 3 weeks? Like, come on, you didn't Netflix once? And Vanessa would look me in my face like, no. Like, no. Like, I have things I got to take care of. So I know that this is a great burden, not even burden, but I think this is one of the greatest achievements of your life, to get your master's degree and to do your thing. And so she's out there and she wants to do what you're doing, right? She sees you out here and she wants to grow up to be like you. So what's some advice you would give to our young ladies who want to go to school?
So yeah, I was definitely in the studying mode for a while, but I would definitely say to lean in and look for support, because you were always willing to offer support, but I was just in a tunnel vision, so I lacked a lot of support throughout the journey. And I know that my life would have been a whole lot better if I would have just accepted the support and just accepted just the love, just the listening ear. Like, you know, I sometimes I feel like I am a burden, like to tell people, oh my gosh, there's so much work, but you would have gladly listened to me. So I definitely think that, you know, we can do anything that we want to do. We can be anything that we want to be. We can, I mean, like, it's possible. You can, you know, but the thing is, you have to really truly believe in yourself. If you really truly believe in yourself, you can look in the mirror every day and you really believe that you can be that multimillionaire by the time that you're 30 years old, then the actions that you're taking when you're 15 and 16 are going to lead you to become that millionaire at 30 years old. But we have to do those actionable steps. So believing in yourself and knowing that you can do anything. No one can stop you. The only person who can stop you is the person in your mind. Mm-hmm. So we have to really just let that go, let go. Every single night, come home. The way you take off your shoes before you come home, you take off all of that dirt that you have in your mind. You take off all of that dirt that you have on your heart. You take off all of that dirt that you have in your body. And you leave it at the door. And then you walk into your house, and then, you know, as you're taking a shower, you just release all of those things and you go to bed with a clear mind and know that you did the best that you could with what you had that day.
Sister, go ahead. That's my friend. That's the Haitian experience, right? Hello. I love it. Now my favorite, because, you know, I speak Spanish, right? I speak Spanish, but that's not my language. I speak English. And I was staying at Angie's for a while, and one morning I had to go move the car from the front, and all of a sudden I hear, leve. And I'm like, yo, my grandpa. I was like, and I'm sitting there, right? My half of my ass is out. I'm looking, and the door creaks open, right? And I had an arrow bed there, so the arrow bed stopped him, and he goes, you must get up now, move the car. Leve. Right. He said, look at the time. I'm like, okay. I was just sitting here crying about my shit, but okay. Like, I was like, it's okay. And I got up and I got dressed, and they looked at me like I was late for work. Like, that was the crazy part. They were checking me, mind you. Like I said, I was just saying it for 3 months. I was just, they looked at me like, we already made 4 pots of coffee, sis. Like, what are you doing? And I never felt, I was like, I will never wake up at 8 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't 12 or like 3. Like, no, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I had to be at work at 10. But I love the gusto. And Gary Vee says it often. Like, if we worked, because immigrants come to this country and they're actually the ones that are making the country rich, and they're actually monopolizing. They are the monopoly of the wealth, because they come here, right? They get they get cars that are inexpensive. They don't have car notes, and they work, right? They put liability on it, and they work using their Metro car, all that great stuff, right? And they work really hard so that they can save enough money to buy, right? And then when they buy, now they have the legacy for their children, right? But the work ethic of a Haitian family, like, mom and dad were retired at that time, and they were up before everybody had their lunch. Everybody, like, it was just and I looked and I'm like, that was my grandmother. Like, you're gonna have your lunch, you're gonna have this, like, that's the way. But it's just something about the resilient heart and leadership of your people, right? What would you say to someone who's listening in Haiti right now, who's really going through it, who wants to hear from their fellow American sisters and how, you know, you can inspire them to do more, be more for their country? both of you.
It's hard. It's really. They're really going through some shit in Haiti, you know. So it's hard to offer any type of comfort or consolation because it's like I can't imagine the day that they're experiencing on the grounds there, you know. But I think it's just important for them to know that like there's a whole community abroad in the U.S., in Canada, in wherever Haitians are everywhere, that are still very prideful and always have Haiti on our minds and kind of carry that momentum and that minutia and everything that we do in hopes that one day we'll be able to kind of give back to the island as much as the island has kind of given us.
Yeah, I can say that a lot of my friends, they have been mobilizing themselves to start projects here so they can take it over there to Haiti, and then they can help to restructure, because all it takes there's a lot of there's the kids, they come in from Africa, they go to business school here, but then they take it back to their country and then they help to rebuild their country. So I see that a lot now. A lot of the Haitian Americans, they weren't even born in Haiti, but they have that pride and they have that love and they're taking it back. So, they're not alone. Even though the road seems long, like we were the first to revolt and claim our independence. So, some people say we're paying for that, right? But we're not alone, because people we're coming back. We're gonna come back. We don't have to have lived there, to have been born there, but we're coming back, and then we're gonna come back strong. So they just have to just keep that hope alive, because we're here in America looking to do good things, so we can help them back there.
Ange, you have anything to add?
I mean, they both said it very well. We're very resilient. We're very strong and powerful, and we were the best that ever did it. We were the only ones that ever did it, and we were the catalyst to a lot of different revolutions that took place. There would be no New Orleans without the Haitian Revolution. There wouldn't be a lot of things that America is enjoying right now if it wasn't for us. So it's just understanding that we got some issues, of course, with corruption and things like that, but we're going to make it through. We're going to come out stronger. And it's just, keeping the heart of the people strong.
I love it. Thank you so much. That was Crown Confidential, y'all. I feel like there were so many nuggets dropped. Like my sister is over here dropping nuggets. I mean, I think this was really an amazing show. So this will be the Haitian Confidential, absolutely, right? Look, you got your little sis over here working for you.
That's right.
I want to thank DJ Sable for hooking it up. We had such a great night with you. Thank you so much for letting me roast you in the beginning, sis. You out here killing the game though. They're not gonna stand in front of you now though. I just hope you know that anywhere you go, they'll be like, nah, that's DJ Sable, Part B Red Sea, bitches. That Vanessa, thank you for being here and giving us such great advice on how we get to care for ourselves inside and out. Because the great part that I love, what I love about Vanessa is that she's not telling you what to do. Anybody's been like, oh, you gotta eat chicken and fish and this and that. She's like, no, love yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself, how you gonna take care of yourself? Point blank, period. And I love the fact that you are able to show us how to love ourselves in more ways. And the rituals you have are amazing. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And Sibel, thank you so much for being here and sharing part of your life and part of your world. Again, at Sybil St. Aud. Yes. CYBILLESTAUD. Also, AUDE. DJ Sable, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at DJ Sable. That's DJSABLE. Or on Twitter, which is DJ Sable with the _ at the end.
Go ahead. Don't play with my friend DJ Sable, right? And Vanessa, we're going to give her social media handles underneath this link so that way we can get you to the proper places. She is under construction. I love that, right?
Always.
I love that. Also, again, May 2nd, 2020 is going down. We are having a women's conference. It is actually let me just tell y'all. I need 1 minute. I just need 1 minute. So it's the Crown Confidential Conference. That's what it's called. It's the Crown Confidential Conference, May 2nd, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. in Forest Hills, New York. We're going to have performances. We're going to have hot and cold lunch buffets. Super excited. We have 2 panels, 2 workshops. You want to definitely be in the building. I'm sure DJ Sable will be there turning the tunes because I'm about to have that conversation. Make sure that you are in the building. It's going to be an amazing, empowering event. You don't want to miss it. It's free $99, and I guarantee that the minute that I put that link up, we are going to sell out registration. There are 200 seats available. Do not be the one on that list. Trust and believe. Next week we're gonna have some more powerful players who are gonna be sitting with us and connecting. I'm super excited about that. Angie, I love you so much. Continue to take care of yourself, boo. Durga in the building in the back, sitting. I see you, Durga. And I see you, Big Papi Heck, over there doing your damn thing, right? Glasses and all, serving us all the shade. That's what I love about him. You can never tell if he happy or sad. He just serving all the shade. I love you. I love you, my brother, right? Greg, thank you so much for the support. Prophet over here on the ones and twos. Thank you, everybody who's listening near, far, and wide. Like, this is about to be a global movement. Don't sleep on us, yo, because you're not going to be at that conference this year. You got problems. Trust you want to be in the building. Come in and network. Bring your daughter. It's going to be a beautiful, wonderful, healing space. Trust and believe. I'm throwing it all in there. Ange, thank you so much. How can we find you, Miss Ange?
It's MZ_ANG34 on Instagram.
Got it. And follow us, guys. We have Crown Confidential on Facebook, at Crown Confidential on IG. Super excited. And I think we have a Twitter, but let's just keep the IG and the Facebook. It's a lot for us, guys. Our website is coming soon, but definitely follow us, Crown Confidential, folks. I am out for the evening. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. This was a dope show. DJ Sable, take us out.